All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. It's the artist Andrew speaking, and we, of course, are live streaming. And I'm just sending out a few links to a few people. We'll see who's able to join. But you are once again joining me for the Hero Hour. All right, that's all done. Sorry we're running late this morning. I got wrapped up in 10 other things, and, crap happens. That's life. But, yeah, we're here. We're ready to go. And let me grab my pad of paper. I do have something I need to work on tonight. I got an idea. That's how most of my days start out. I got an idea. And I shared the idea with the wife, and she thought it was a good one. So we're going to go with it. But I have a anniversary coming up later this month, because we're now already into March. Gosh, you guys believe it's already March 2nd? Wow, time is just flying. But March 23rd is my 1-year anniversary setting up at the flea market. Now, March 23rd of this year is a Monday. So that would be my poor little puppy over there wanting attention. March 23rd of this month is of this year is a Monday, so obviously I won't be open at the flea market on Monday. So I'm thinking about having a sale the weekend before the 23rd, so the 22nd or the 21st and 22nd, which is rapidly approaching. Matter of fact, it's like 3 weeks away, so I'm going to start preparing for it. But in the meantime, I am going to do a drawing, and I'm hoping to do something that's kind of special that I can give away to somebody, to a lucky customer. And that's kind of what I'm going to be working on this evening, is the idea of the drawing. I want it to be Hero, most likely Crom, and if I can fit a couple other people in, I will. But at the bare minimum, it'll at least be those people. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. Okay, now this is driving me crazy. This constant auto focusing of my stupid camera. We're going to fix that right now. We are going to turn off the autofocus and tell the world autofocus off. And who do we have joining us? It's Rick.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Mr. Piper?
Not much.
How you doing, man?
Good. I'm going to be on Alterna in about an hour. Or sometime for about 5 minutes. It's his open mic night.
Oh, okay.
He puts a thing out around 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. You got to sign up, and it's first come first serve for signing up. So.
Okay, very cool. So which channel is that going to be on again?
Alterna Comics.
Oh, okay. That's
Peter
Smetty's channel. Okay, that's excellent. That's awesome. And I'm assuming you're going to be promoting Hero in the Hero Hour, or are you going to be promoting something else?
No, I'm going to be promoting the Canadian Shield.
That was just a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, let me switch this camera back. All right, Mike. All right, there we go. Now you guys can actually see my drawing. So what's new and happening? Where's the Canadian Shield at right now?
We got $515 to go, and just under 5 days.
Okay.
Oh, no. We got $505.
Excellent. So getting closer and closer. All right, fantastic.
Apparently somebody, I think, bought John Dillard's Ashcan.
Oh, okay. So in other words, everybody, if you get an opportunity, take a moment and go over to Indigo Go and check out the Canadian Shield on Indigo Go. It's Rick's very first comic project to be crowdfunded on Indigo Go, and it's going to lead to a whole bunch more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. You want to slap the link in the chat?
I don't think I have a thing.
You don't think you have what thing?
I think somebody just gave they didn't buy anything, they just gave a donation of $10. So.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, hold on a second. I am copying the link now. Sticking it in the chat for those who need a little help. And there you go. It's in there now. All right. Well, very good, very good. So it's ending in 5 days. Are you excited?
Yeah, it's
are you...
ending a bit of both. Well, right now I'm nervous because $505 away from funding. So
Yep.
if I get funded, obviously I'm going to be super, super excited.
Well, very cool, very cool. Well, one of your co-collaborators is in the house. What's up, Mr. Dillard?
Oh, just got off of a fantastic script battle.
Yeah, I saw you were doing that. How did that go?
Went pretty good. We were doing 80s movies.
Yeah. Did you win?
I always win.
Oh, okay.
I did not win.
But he didn't lose either.
Actually, technically.
Isn't the chat that wins or loses?
Yeah, the two winners today were Eric Hawkins and Fly Fox Pro.
Oh, okay. I've heard at least one of those names before, so that's cool.
They get a commission from me, both of them.
Oh, okay. Is that the 5x7 commission?
That's correct.
Okay, excellent.
I should be working on that right now. Matter of fact, I will work on that right now.
Yeah, we were doing the bleeping game, the bleep show last week, and Rick was saying, "Well, what do you get if you win?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." And he said, "Well, over on Scrabbattle, you get a 5x7 sketch from Dillard." And I said, "Okay, well then whoever wins this, I'll get them to get a 5x7 sketch from Dillard."
There you go.
I don't think we ever claimed a winner, so I don't think we actually kept track of it close enough to have a winner. So.
Who's yelling at you?
That would be my dog.
Oh, John. I'm going to be on Alterna Comics tonight for about 5 minutes.
Alterna Comics? Nice.
Yeah.
It's open mic night every Monday. Every Monday they have an open mic night. So.
Oh, for how long?
You got to sign up. For about an hour and a half.
Cool.
He sends out every Monday on the his Peter Smitty Twitter account. He sends out an invite, and you got to sign up. Usually, it sends out about 1 Eastern. So,
I got to remember that when I start promoting the Buckler.
That's very nice of him. Is John Malin still doing his live streams where he interviews people doing Comicsgate properties?
Comicsgate Presents?
Yeah. Is he still doing that?
I don't know. I know he's taking a break on that to work on fulfillment. I don't know if he's back doing it yet.
Oh, okay. I always thought that was a really nice thing as well. Guys, other YouTubers giving of their time and of their channel to people, to promote their projects. So,
yeah,
like every now and then I'll reach out to you guys and say, "Hey, come on here and talk about your stuff."
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I remember you used to do that.
And I'm having the next 12 backers who back at the $45 level or more are going to get a free print of John Dillard's cover.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Very nice. Now, is that coming out of your pocket or out of John's pocket?
No, mine. They're already printed up, technically.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, John, did you know he was giving away your stuff?
Yeah, I gave it to him. It's his to do with what he pleases.
Okay. Excellent.
If he wants to print out my cover on a roll of toilet paper so that people can clean themselves with my image, then that's their business.
Is it an image of you or an image of the Buckler?
It's an image of the Canadian Shield.
Oh, well, I would never print that out on toilet paper.
Well, I don't think people want to do their business with the Canadian Shield.
That's right. He's a rather big, hunky guy, man. That might be a little uncomfortable to do that.
No, well, he just tells other people to do it for him.
Well, okay. If you say so. If you say so.
Who else would say so? I have to.
Wasn't there like in the 80s a line of toilet paper that you could get that had people's images printed on it?
Like the Ayatollah?
No, there was like you could like get Clinton toilet paper or something like that, and it was
it was like political figureheads.
Yeah, it was a thing for a little bit. So
like
Ayatollah
Khomeini.
I'm not just remembering making up stuff. Like, this actually happened.
I'm not saying one or the other, but it does happen.
Okay. All right.
You can still do it. They offer it on those printing sites. I think I'll do that as a tier for the buckler. I'll print up the Canadian Shield's face on toilet paper.
Yeah, but see, I'd rather have, a villain on the toilet paper, and the buckler is a villain,
Yeah, but he's really good looking. You don't want to wipe yourself with that.
Oh, jeez. I guess that could be an issue.
So what are you working on?
Me?
Yeah.
I have an idea for a drawing that I'm going to do as part of the 1 year anniversary of my store or my setting up at the flea market. I'm going to do an original drawing that I'm going to give away to some lucky customer. And I was talking to my wife this evening about different ways of doing it. And I think what I'm going to do is anybody who makes a purchase will get a raffle ticket and be entered into a raffle. And that I will actually announce the winner on my live stream on March 23rd, which is the 1 year anniversary of me setting up at the flea market. So the idea is to get people to not only make a purchase in the store, because if you make a purchase, you get a ticket, but to come back to the store because we're going to do it multiple days, so you can get multiple tickets, and get them to promote and come and watch the live stream on the YouTube channel. So it's like,
So if they come in and check, they got 20 things that they want to purchase. Can they make 20 separate purchases to get 20 individual tickets?
See, my wife asked that almost pretty much that same exact question. She said if they bought $60 worth of stuff, do they get 60 tickets? And I'm like, no. But, if they bought them all at different times, I guess they could. I mean, I don't know. I haven't made up the rules just yet.
Poor thing. Your wife thinks just like Rick Piper.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of the system,
Terrible.
But the idea was I was asking her. I said, should I do it the weekend do like a sale on the weekend before and give out the tickets then, or do it over the next 3 weekends because I've got 3 weekends before it happens? And she's like, yeah, do it multiple days. Do it 3 weekends worth. So gives somebody the opportunity to get up to 6 tickets and enter into the contest or enter into the raffle 6 times by making 6 different purchases, coming to the store 6 times and making a purchase. I don't know. I kind of like that idea, but
sounds legit to me.
Yeah. I mean, if your comic book store was giving away an original piece of art and all you had to do was purchase something, whether it be a 50-cent comic or a $1 comic or whatever, would you go back to the store 6 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go. And would you watch the YouTube channel in order to see if you won?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's the idea. But I'm thinking about doing a Hero and Crom type drawing, the two of them together, even though technically in the comics they will never meet because there's about 250 years separating the 2 characters. So
that's what you say.
That's what I say. That's right.
You could easily change that. You are the creator.
I am the creator, but I think I want there to be some type of separation between these 2 guys.
Crom, I have never prayed to you before.
Well, Hero wouldn't ever pray to Crom. Because in my story, he's not a god. Even though he's a deity of some type. The name is for a deity of some type.
He's named after a god?
Well, he's not named after a god. He's just, Oh, hold on. We got another visitor. What's up, Mr. Todd?
What's up, guys?
Hey, did you see the video of my apple seeds?
I did. Well,
okay.
It's just out of context. That sounds really weird. Did you see the video of my apple seeds? Yeah, I did. It was awesome. Thank you.
Okay, well, I didn't hear from you, so I assumed you didn't need any of those. So,
I do. I don't need anything, but I'm considering it. The thing that I saw on eBay, somebody picked it up today. So
You talking about like the manga apple seed?
yeah.
yeah. So I saw that somebody had the complete run. They were selling the complete run of Appleseed, and I was like, oh, that could be cool to actually get the books, right? Not the graphic novels. I've got 2 of the 5, but to actually get the books from the 90s would be pretty cool.
So
and Andrew has a bunch of them.
But you missed out. What you're saying?
I missed out on the entire collection yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got really. I had an auction on eBay that I was watching, and I followed it all the way up to like the last 30 minutes, and then I got home, and then I got distracted, and the next thing I knew, the auction had ended, and I missed out on it. But the person who won the auction got 14 Transformer Constructabots in the complete original cases for $3.
Are you kidding me?
Plus $30 shipping. But even at that price, I could have sold them for $3 a piece and made a profit because there were 14.
Awesome.
And I missed out on the auction. I missed out on it. So I was going to try to snipe it at the end and try to get it for like really cheap. And I got distracted with life. You know, the wife and I sat down to have dinner together. We were talking and chit-chatting. And the next thing I know, it was a half hour later and I missed the end of the auction.
Life is overrated.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Speaking of, hold on a second.
So what's new and happening with you, Mr. Todd?
Oh man, not too much. I'm just working on stuff, chilling, trying to catch up on my comic book news stuff. I haven't. I've been out of it for a few days. Although nothing really happened the last couple of days, except I guess today something happened. I don't know.
Oh yeah, what happened today?
I don't know. I looked on EVS's thing and it's something about Wolverine being gay.
Oh,
I don't know. Who knows, man?
yeah. Who knows? Oh well. No, I haven't checked up on any of that stuff either. So
how are you doing?
me, I'm doing great. I was just telling these guys about I'm planning on having a 1-year anniversary sale at the flea market later this month to celebrate my 1 year setting up at the flea market, and I want to do a drawing that I'm going to raffle away, and that's what I'm working on right now. Is the idea for the drawing.
That's cool.
Do something with Crom and Hero in it, and you know.
That's pretty cool.
You know, the properties that made me famous type of thing.
Yes.
Actually, I sold some Hero prints this weekend. I'd have a very small sign for the prints, so a lot of people don't see the sign. They look at the art and go, ooh, wow, but they don't see that I actually sell prints as well. And somebody was asking me about the cost for one of the original pages, and I was like, oh, for that one, I want hundreds and hundreds of dollars for it. And they went, oh, wow, by any chance, do you have prints? And I said, absolutely, I do. And so that was kind of cool. I don't normally sell them. I have them.
I love that Joker poster you have up.
Oh, the movie one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, I have 2 different versions, and that's the one I went with. I have the other one that's like a close-up of him, but he's all like bloody and scary looking, and I decided I'd go with the one of him dancing.
Mm.
So I told Mike he needs to give me some new posters because all the posters I have are like last year's movies, so I need to get some new ones. Actually, I got a request. One of my regulars was asking me if we got a Morbius poster. He really is interested.
Mobius. There's no R in there, buddy.
There's no R in it? You sure?
It's Morbius is the living vampire.
Morbius. What did I say?
You said Morbius. It's Mobius.
Mobius?
Yes.
You know, my wife said Mobius, and I told her.
So when are you coming home?
When am I coming home?
Okay, I'll call you later. Then.
I'll call you later. I'll call you later too.
He's not talking to us. Hey, John. John? Oh. Now he's not listening. So we were also talking about the Canadian Shield. It's just a little over $500 away from its goal.
I know.
Hello,
It's so cool.
I'm back.
Hey, John. Hey, what time you coming home,
I'll
John?
call you later.
I'll call you later.
Huh?
We heard the last part of your conversation. We're just teasing you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't hear what she said? Are you guys talking about anything interesting? And I'm like, no. Andrew's boring as fuck as usual.
Oh, damn. That's so good to know I got fans.
You should have unmuted it earlier.
Oh, well.
But I got a question.
Sure.
What is your background ethnicity?
What?
What are you?
Me? White. I think I'm majority Italian and Czechoslovakian. That's where my last name comes from. My last name is Czechoslovakian.
Is it? What's your last
Yep.
name?
Charper. That's the American like bastardized version of the name.
If you could just do what I do and call him Charapar.
No, you'd have to be able to roll your R's in order to say it right. My dad can do it, but I can't say har. It's really weird.
I can roll my R's.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
But thanks.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
I can roll my R's too.
No, you can't, Rick. You just tried. You failed.
Yeah, I've only ever had one person that I've ever met for the first time say my name correctly the first time. And it was that's right. It was a science teacher in like 8th grade. And I found out later that one of my mom's best friend's daughters was also in the class, and she knew I was transferring to the class mid-year, and she told her how to say my name properly. So nobody's actually ever said it right the first time. So I don't count her because, you know, she had an unfair advantage. Somebody spoiled her and told her how to say my name. Say my name. Yeah.
So I got a. Okay, so you're majorly Italian, is what you're saying.
There's a lot of Italian on my mom's side. Why?
Because I'm trying to think of a new angle for your show.
Oh, based on my ethnicity?
Why not? Everybody else is doing it.
Fat white nerd guy.
There you go, fat white nerd guy.
Todd, I gotta tell you this. You guys will understand why I got a kick out of this. I had a guy come into the store this weekend. Burly guy, beard, mustache, balding head, big, thick, round guy, and he was telling me, he says, "Yeah, I'm really a nerd or really a geek. Most people don't think so." And I'm looking at him, going, "All my friends look exactly like you." It's like, I would believe it if you told me you were a geek, because it's, you know, Kodiak, Avery, you all look exactly like each other. You know? But yeah, I know. So it was just funny. It's like I could believe it.
That's terrible. That's like your version of a fat lady walks into a shoe store.
Jeez.
Oh, Dillard, I love him. He's great.
I gotta get this face right. He's supposed to be in agony. He's gonna be choking the life out of this woman.
Oh, speaking of the Kodiak, what's up, Mr. Kodiak?
Kodiak, where have you been?
Yeah. I was like waiting for the show to come on, and then I walked away, and all hell broke loose.
Where have you been for the last 2 weeks?
I've been here. I've been on. I think.
You were on my show at least a little bit.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I am
a
not.
liar.
Everyone is a liar. No.
Everyone's a liar.
I think I've been around. Wait, I was on Scribabble last week.
You
Wasn't I?
Absolutely were not.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Was last week the... Okay. I don't know.
It's March 2020.
March. Yes. few days from my old ass birthday.
Oh yeah, when's your birthday?
The day after none of your business.
Oh my god!
You know,
I
we
just
live in,
doxed myself.
we live in the world of the information age. If I wanted to find it, I could find it. So you might as well just tell me. When is your birthday? Kodiak.
It's the 12th.
Oh, so that's coming up really soon then.
Yeah.
We need to do something special. What day is the 12th? Wait a
I'll be
minute.
39 this year.
It's a Thursday.
39. You're ancient.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
I'm
anything
not.
special on a Thursday just for you, so.
You know what? I can remember turning 28, but I do not remember the 30th. I don't think I remember the whole year 30. Ooh, my wife brought me wine. Love you too. Yeah.
And what did she bring us?
A birdie finger. Anyway,
I'm starting to think your wife doesn't like us.
You hit a birdie finger though.
You know what my wife says?
What?
She goes, here, this is for you. I said, what's that? She goes, it's a flock of birds.
Hey, I'm gonna use that. I like that.
Or the other classic one.
I had another character to debut.
Here's a-
but I'm-
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh.
Read between the lines.
No. Okay, hold your hand up. Okay, no, put all 4 fingers up. All right, now your second finger from the pinky, hold it down with your thumb. That's right. Can't believe I got you to do that.
Fly Fox Pro says, do you want a Taken 2 poster? I don't want it. A Taken 2? Oh my God, that's got to be ancient.
Hey, where's Canadian Shield at? Because I want my book.
It's getting there. It's almost there. It's
Yeah.
like $500 away. So it's rounding the big old curve. You know. It's
I was worried that that he might take a hit because the whole mess that's going on, but I don't think I think it was a worry that smaller creators would take a hit, but I think people pretty much
if there's something
seen
going
it
on,
coming.
if there's some drama going on, I am almost certain that our friend Rick is not involved in the drama.
No, it's not drama. It's business. I guess business drama. Everything's drama. I mean, what we're doing right here is some kind of drama.
Is
But
it
it's
some
business.
Is it something specific with Indigo Go?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Somebody say something
What's
about
this?
me and drama, my Indiegogo.
No. Remember Kritis? Remember how he was the first person that I ever did an Indiegogo on? Well, actually, I think technically Mike was, but the first smaller creator that I ever funded was Kritis.
Okay.
Me, and a lot of other people.
Is
Well,
his
he took the money
detective-
and ran, and now he's come back trying to play like he didn't, but he did.
Is that
and
the
it's-
Detective Dead guy? Because I saw some rumblings about that.
Yeah, that's what that is. But all I'm worried about is it affecting people's. But I don't think it will. I think that's a worry, and it's a good worry that it would affect smaller creators because people are like, hey, if this guy can take the money and run, but like I'm only out like $25-$35 with that.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that people. It's not that like now they're worried about it. It's the thing is, he came out and was very what do you call it? It's very clear that he came back because he ghosted everybody for months.
Yes, yeah.
And he came back for a reason, and he's
Mhm.
not saying why he came back.
right.
Which is what's
Like-
pissing everybody off. Like, before Saturday comes around, I guarantee you he's gonna try to get more money.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I had actually sent several super chats to Ethan asking if he's heard from the dude. And Ethan's like, I haven't. I'm going to kind of try to take a responsibility on seeing what's up with this dude. And then he was unable to contact him. Then a month later, here he comes, so I don't know. It's a mess.
Because the thing is, what this guy did is completely BS.
Yeah.
It's irredeemable, reprehensible. All the
Wait,
words.
what did this guy do?
He took $38,000 and ran with it. Now
Holy
he's
shit.
back. Oh yeah. And he said that he overspent, and he's actually somebody I liked a lot. I like Critias, but
Why?
it's just I've been on.
Let me
streams
put it this way: I don't like.
Same reason I like you, Dillard. I was on streams with him. I don't dislike him.
He's too. I know a lot of people like him. They're from the ghetto that like to talk real big about being proud and all that stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And there's nothing good that comes out of the ghetto. And he likes to glamorize his past like he's some sort of a big bad. You know what I mean?
What is the issue?
You guys I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
What did he draw? What's the book?
All right,
Detective
Critias
Dead.
was the writer for a comic book called Detective Dead,
Yeah.
which was on Indiegogo and was campaigning around under the flag of CG, and they were pushing him very hard over 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been that long, really?
Yeah.
Man. And here's my issue. It's been 2 years.
Yep.
2 years. Over 2 years. Why was anybody expecting this guy to fulfill anything?
Mm-hmm.
Like people ask me about Antonio Bryce.
No.
It's like, dude, he's fulfilling right now. I don't care. It's 2 years later. It doesn't matter if he fulfills tomorrow or if he fulfills in 2027. The book missed its mark. It's done. It's over. No more time. If he fulfills, great. Sometime in the future, whatever. But whatever his campaign was done, and he screwed everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't actually disagree. I think if you're gonna have a campaign, you have a window of like really it should be done in like 3 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really. But I mean, if
it passes 3 months past your promise by date,
don't launch your book until you have like a majority of the story done.
no, I'm not even saying that. People can do that.
Yeah,
Launch
yeah,
your
yeah.
book. Your story gets done when it gets done. I mean, that's fine. If you have it done by date, there's no problem. Have none of your story completed.
Yeah.
You know, and just do it. But just do the damn thing. But if you're that far out, well, here's some information about how it's coming along. No, bull.
Yeah, I backed Detective Dead. I hadn't been paying attention, you know. Yeah. It wasn't one of those ones that I really, really, really cared about. It was one I backed because
The art kept getting better and better, but apparently he had some troubles. He ran into some troubles paying his artists or paid them too much. There's a certain amount of truth to that, but there's a definite, when you hear him talk, there's a certain amount of bullshit in it. I mean, he ran out of $38,000.
Yeah.
How do you
the moron? Stupid.
I don't know, but people
Dummy.
are sitting there. People are writing like, "Dude, I only made 7,000 on mine, and I fulfilled mine, and it blah blah blah." You know? It's
yeah.
like,
Look at what's it, Tyler Carpenter from Draw and Talk.
Mhm.
That dude barely breaks even on his books, and his books are out like in 2 months, like clockwork.
Is that the kid? He's kind of a kid. I say kid. He's youngster.
He's a youngster, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's a youngster. He ain't new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? Like, what there's Tales from the Stacks, which was a book. Remember, it was competing with Tales from Beyond the Gate. It came out the exact same time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
And they funded a lot. They funded like 20-something thousand. Ghosted everybody. Where's the book? It's been 2 years.
Really?
Even Little Girl Lethal, Slick Jimmy. I found out today that I saw somewhere on Twitter that book hadn't been fulfilled. Like that thing was over a long time ago, and I hadn't heard nothing from him about that book. You know what I mean? But he's still going around.
That is why I didn't back my brain is fried. Red Rooster guy, what's his name?
Brightweiser.
Brightweiser. I didn't support his new books. I wanted to. You know, he's launched like 4 new books because of, the whole Walmart deal. They look dope, but I still haven't gotten my other book. I'm not putting more money in. You're out of your mind. They should not have done that. I mean,
I want anything that Kelsey Shannon is assisted on, but I can't. That guy is really slow, and that's all I know him by. I don't even know.
I've loved Kelsey stuff for years, man. He's been awesome for a long time, but it's the same thing. It's like, okay,
but that dude works. If you get him on it, he's gonna get it. He's gonna meet a deadline. I don't get some of these pros who come from an era where they used to have to draw a book in a month, and they can't keep that same. They can't maintain that schedule for some reason.
Because it's pressure. It's a ton of work, and the minute you give them free, there's a big difference when you got to hit a deadline because you're going to get fired versus you're being your own boss and you can put it out whenever you want.
There's the Avery man.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey.
What up?
And how much do you want to bet that all of these guys were emboldened to just be willy-nilly with their schedule because Ethan was so lax?
Well,
I don't know.
possibly. You know what's so funny is I backed most of those campaigns, and I don't think I've even checked to see if I had any new posts from them.
Yeah, and this whole kritis thing got me so pissed off. This guy's just sitting around claiming, "Oh, I'm gonna get you guys back. I don't, I may not know about this, but I know about hard work." Motherfucker, this guy does not work. Does not have a job. Will not take a job spinning a damn sign.
I didn't back that book, so
yeah. I got caught by it, but it was only $25. Lessons learned. I mean, what is the lesson though? I mean, that doesn't.
I backed Jack Irons, and I still don't have that.
Hey, did One Pool ever ship?
I don't have. Yeah, I backed that. And I don't have it. I think it came out, but I don't have it. I know Tug's about to fulfill or is fulfilling.
Yeah.
Most of the books that I backed did not make it.
There's a few books that I backed that I haven't gotten, and it's really upsetting. It's like, guys, like it's not like it shouldn't take 6 months. It shouldn't take a year. Like it's really not that much work. It really isn't. Like I get it. It is work. It takes a lot of time, but don't launch if you can't fulfill. It's really simple.
Yeah. I don't, dude. I would have to be like on the last third of a book, and with me learning, and as long as it takes me to draw, I wouldn't even launch until it's almost 90% done.
Dude,
and I knew.
No, let's say you even do fulfill. No, not fulfill, but you do get all the funds, right? You get all the funds, and you sit down and you start plotting out. Oh, how am I going to spend this money? Oh shit, I don't have enough. Stop what you're doing. Refund the money.
Well, here's the deal. The reality is that nobody should be launching programs or any kind of campaign without knowing your numbers, knowing how much it's going to cost, and knowing how to fulfill it. And the way you take care of that, it's really not rocket science. All you got to fucking do is you do the book, you actually do the pencils, you do the inks, you actually get the art done. You don't launch a campaign if you're dead broke. The campaign is not there to like get you from zero to money to do the book. You should have enough money to do the book and then use the campaign to recoup your costs and make a profit. So you do the book, you draw it, you get your printer, you go ahead and get your proofs done. We're talking like $500.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not that much money to make a damn book.
It doesn't cost that much money. Get it made in black and white on color paper so your colors can have some time. So at least you know what the book looks like. Or at least get your costs ready, get your papers, get your UPS symbol, cost $70, $75. Doesn't cost anything. Just get all the stuff ready. And then when you launch your campaign, you put the book out. Like it's not that hard. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even put it up there until the book was fully colored. If you were going to do a color book, like get your pre-press done, get everything ready to go. And you know what's going to happen is you'll probably make more because people will be like, "Oh, like, holy crap, this guy is actually ready to go." Like if your campaign said, "I'm ready to go," the book's at the printer.
Yeah.
And actually, we're just looking for sales.
Like that Flying Fortress was like 2 months and it was done and it was out. Like because it was already a book, it was already on the web and stuff like that. And he's like, "Look, I'm just gonna hire some new artists and to touch it up. I'm gonna do it that myself, and I'm gonna hire some really badass colorists, and then the book will be out." So within, it probably was 6 months, but it was fast. It's done, it's fulfilled.
I mean, even Diamond. If you've ever gone through Diamond, like it's the same thing. Like Diamond is not, the shops give you the money, but you don't get the money until your book is out. Like you're getting the orders. All Diamond does is give you the order number, so you know how many orders to place at the printer. You don't get paid until the books are. You have to put up the money.
Here, Cross.
Insane.
Cross said, "Back the Canadian shield, and you will get it."
That's right. That's right.
yeah.
What up, Dilbert Dildo?
What?
Somebody in the chat said, "Sup, dudes."
When you launched Hero, the book was complete. Well, you're relettering it now, but it was complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're asking people to have basic fiscal responsibility. That's another thing. If you don't have enough money to make a book on your own,
That's what I'm saying.
if you don't have enough money in your bank account to make a book on your own, like remember that old saying, "Don't take financial advice from broke people."
Yeah.
You know why would you trust somebody who sits there and that's another reason I didn't like Critias, because every day he was talking of some sort of calamity had befallen him. You know what I mean? Which is how it works in the ghetto. You wake up in the morning and somebody stole the battery out of your car. This is life when you're a shithead and you don't know what you're doing. Everything is an emergency. Everything's a calamity. Why would you back somebody that lives like that?
Yeah. Well,
because he told you a sad story and he said, "We'll work for food." If he would work for food, then he would have food already.
well, I went back through all the Indigo Goes that I've actually backed so far, and a lot of these, I was swept up in the moment of Comicsgate.
Mhm.
Some of them I really, really wasn't that interested in, but because it was the popular thing to do in the movement, I kind of backed it. And most of them I've gotten. There's a few in here I have not gotten, and who knows when we'll get them. But I'm not backing a lot of stuff right now, just simply because you never know if you're going to get it or not anymore.
Well, that's the thing. It makes it bad for everybody, and it's just it's like it doesn't cost that much. Like when I did Kung Fighters, like I think I put down, I don't remember how much the total cost. I think the total cost was like maybe $3,200, maybe.
It depends on what size book you're making and how what's the printing. Perfect bound, stapled.
It was. I did a traditional book. I think it was like $3,200. I got 5,000 copies, and we already had orders. We did orders through Diamond and all that, and like it was. Look, I'm not saying that it's that easy. I'm not saying that everybody can just dump $3,000 into something, but that's the point. You don't need to. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't put that money in until we got the orders from Diamond. So go to your printer, get all your files, get everything ready, get your pre-press done, go to your printer, let the printer check your pre-press, make sure everything is fine, and get the early proof of the book. That's going to cost you just like maybe a couple $100 to actually get the book in your hands. And you know what? You can take pictures of that, or you can shoot a video of it, and you can put it on your Kickstarter and say, "Look, it's all ready to go.
Here's my
I'm
proof."
just looking to get the book printed."
Yeah.
And it's going to shoot through the roof. And you know what's going to happen is like the minute that campaign closes, you can, it's like 2 weeks of print time, and then it's going to be shipping, and you're not going to have to worry about any of this crap.
It could be more than 2 weeks of print time. It could be a couple.
Whatever. It's at least you're only worried about the print time. You're not worried about, hey, we're 27% through the penciling phase, and we're 7% through the lettering phase, guys. Like, fuck you.
Here's the thing. There's not even a learning experience from this. This just stinks to rotten hell. This was like it was not even. I've just, the more I've paid attention, even Antonio Bryce, when he had Critias on, was saying this stinks, dude. This really it just, the things you're throwing ain't
Antonio Bryce is even later than Critias. What the hell is he talking about?
But he's fulfilling, and I don't care. It's just it's like,
well, so is Critias eventually, just like Antonio Bryce will fulfill eventually.
Antonio has the books.
That's what he says. Eventually, we'll get them.
Right, but they're in his living room. I've seen the video. But
what does it matter? The files are on Critias' computer. It's still not in your hand. It's 2 years, dude. Get over it.
That is something about independent Indiegogo books, is the time it takes.
Yeah, well.
Frog snacks.
What?
I'm not really angry about people being late.
No, I'm really angry about people talking big shit.
Oh well, see, that's the thing. I haven't been paying attention to that, so I don't. If the only reason why I knew,
And it loses credibility for me because I'm also Latin.
the only reason why I knew Detective Dead was becoming an issue again, is because somebody posted on Twitter which was a worse embarrassment, Red Rooster or Detective Dead. I'm like, what the hell's happening with Detective Dead? I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on because I really wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, and so people are upset with the Brightwisers for putting the cart before the horse. You know,
I am. We're just talking about that. I mean, I'm not mad. I don't care. But like, I didn't back their second. I really wanted to back that second campaign, man. I thought those books looked gorgeous, but I don't have Red Rooster and I'm not supporting it.
So what's an ideal time frame?
Within 3 months of your projected fulfillment date.
Yeah, there should not be. I'm telling you, like, and this is, I can only speak for myself on this, but if I ever do an Indiegogo campaign or a crowdfunding thing, like, I'm going to have the books already. I'm going to have at least a quantity of 200-300 books. Like, I'm going to go ahead and have them. I'm going to go ahead and invest the money. I'm going to have the books. I'm going to have them sit in my living room. And that is going to be the first press. That's going to be the first release. And it's the first people that go ahead and like order, that actually invest the money, that actually put the money down, especially in Indiegogo, because you don't have to hit any kind of specific goal for that. You just have to get it. Whoever gets that gets the first press, the special book, the special cover, whatever it is, they get the first run. And that means the minute that order comes through and I get it and I have access to that address, that book gets shipped. And there's gonna be a little note in it that says, "Hey, when you get the book, do me a favor, tag it, take a photo of it, tag it on Instagram or Twitter. Let me know that you got it, and I would love to get a testimonial." And boom, all that stuff starts to stack, and you can actually be like, "Oh my God, I just gave this guy money. I backed this campaign a week ago, 2 days ago, and I just got the book in the mail, and it looks great."
Well, you won't get the money until you end your campaign and you go in demand. Then
I know.
In demand.
No, I'm not. I did not mention the money, dude.
What is this, Dilbert Dildo? I just looked at these messages.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. So
I think that was to me.
I don't know. Somebody was trolling my chat, man.
I was
Avery,
the one being loud.
My point is that you put up the money and you get as far as you go with your own cash. If all you can do is get a proof copy, that's totally fine. If you have enough funding to go ahead and get a limited run that sits, so you already have books sitting in your den, you do that. And so that when people start signing up, you can't collect the cash, but you have their addresses. If that address gets into my account, I'm sending that book out that day. And you collect the cash later. The campaign's going to go through on Indiegogo as long as you don't set like a all or nothing.
They can refund. They can get the
so
book.
What? So what? So when one person refunds, you know what I mean? Like, most people don't. You can, dude. I work in digital with all my digital. My whole business is digital. Everyone can refund everything. Most people don't. I do courses for a living. People get a 30-day money back guarantee. If they come in, they can.
This guy got a little bit of jersey coming out of him now.
They could steal the whole thing. What's that?
He said it got a little bit of jersey coming out of you.
Yeah, well, none of these things are an option for me, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying you do what you can. I think the idea of, at least treat it like you've got to deal with Diamond, which is you're responsible for this thing. The damn book has to get out on a specific date. You don't push for a listing in Diamond without the book actually being in production. Because if you, not only will you get kicked out of Diamond, like, those retailers are coming for your hide. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll come for you. I mean, that can be, in animation, you would get sued. If I took a job and the production company or the network is like, okay, well, we have to have this in-house by this date because it's going to air on that date. Like, it has to air. There's no such thing as dead air. You know what I mean? If it doesn't air, like, that's a lawsuit against my company for not, or at the worst it'd be a lawsuit. Maybe it's just reputation damage, but it's not good. So just do your best to get this stuff out. But there's this, like, I think people are getting caught up with how much cash they're making, You know, they're getting caught up in the hype, and they're not realizing that there's some deliverable that have to be delivered after it. You know, and like I respect the Brightwisers, and I love what they're doing. I really do. But they got so caught up in the bigger deal that they forgot. They completely leveraged the small fry. They completely leveraged the fans to get that bigger deal. And in the meantime of getting that bigger deal with a longer sales cycle, they actually created damage to their brand again across at least a lot of the fan base. Now, did some people who bought Red Rooster, who pitched in Red Rooster, also buy in to the other thing? Of course, but not the same amount. Not nearly the same amount.
Has your boy Zach ever missed his mark by an excruciating margin?
I don't think so.
I don't think
Neither
so.
neither has John Malin, I don't think.
Yeah.
That's
good.
If you ever notice, John Malin will not push his campaigns too long, either. I think he's kind of got a format that we should keep an eye on. You know, it's just like seems more disciplined.
And I'll tell you, like that was my issue with Mike Miller stuff too. Yeah. You know, and I know he's a dirty word or whatever. Like he met the guy, he seemed really nice, his book looked good, and like, but I think I backed the second book, the second Lone Star thing, but it was like the campaign was so freaking like I don't even know what I bought. Like it was like you're getting this and monster this and that and this and the other thing, and I was like I don't know what I'm investing in.
I was looking at my Indigo Goes, and Meg Six Gun was literally the first thing that I backed in December of 2018, and I just got it like last month.
Yeah. December of when?
2018. Detective Dead, same day. So the same day I got Detective Dead as that. So
yeah, that's not right.
I'm looking at mine. That Jack Irons book, apparently I backed for digital. I'm like, what? Yeah. I thought I was backing for physical copies. I could have swore.
Did you actually get it? Avery, did you get the digital though?
I ignored the email because I don't want digital.
Okay, well.
I could care less. Like they can just have the $25.
Yeah, that's weird. That you're not the kind of person that would get digital.
No. I must have misread the tier. They probably had two tiers at the same price.
Oh yeah. Why would you get a digital? Whatever.
Yeah, I hate digital. Digital comics are useless comics to me.
Yeah,
I'm almost guaranteeing you that the setup of their tiers was confusing, and you didn't realize what you had bought.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because
that really.
Yeah, that's probably what I did, and it's like, yeah, why would I back anything in digital? I hate digital. Digital comics are useless to me. You're paying for nothing.
Yeah,
I agree.
Man, this last page of my Indiegogo just got me totally excited. At the bottom, it's Deathsworn, then Graveyard Shift, Canadian Shield, Starblades, and Cash Grab. I'm like,
I've been happy with everything I've gotten from Ethan, Zach, and Malin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? So that's actually a perfect point, Avery. Like, out of all the books that I've backed, I've probably backed about maybe I lost count, maybe a dozen, maybe half. Yeah, I would probably close to 10, maybe. The only books that I have received are Mayor, EVS, and I haven't gotten Malin's book yet, but that was because I missed the first round and I'm getting it now, and I know he's going to deliver.
Hey,
so, yeah, go ahead.
I backed Zombie Sama and I got it from Billy Tucci. I got both projects. I backed to Nasser and I got Downcast from Clint. Those all came.
That's another one, Tucci. He's old school, man. This is,
and I did get Bigfoot Bill. And I got my Lone Star.
Yep.
Yeah, I got my Lone Star.
Lone Star was pretty fast, actually.
Yeah, I got Lone Star.
I'm not talking about the quality of the writing in the book, but I got it fast.
He fulfilled.
Welcome to artists writing comics.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, now that we're going to shift the subject to something else.
Jesus, why do you have to ruin your channel, Andy?
And I got Squirrel Girl, Manny. I got 2 copies for Manny.
Skunk Girl.
Yeah, he sent 2 copies. I got 2.
That was during my
Dude, that's what we call
blue period. I
what
was
we call
broke as hell.
That's what we call in this business a successful transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had actually thought that one night.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to mute you.
What?
Andrew,
I had actually
Andrew's sick and tired of having 5 people watching. He wants to go back to 2.
I had actually thought that I, at the end of one night, backed Skunk Girl, and then he was fulfilling it. I'm like, yay. And I went through and looked, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm not surprised, but I missed it.
All right, there was an article on Bleeding Cool that I wanted to share with you all. Oh, shut the F up. I thought this was interesting, and since I know nobody here, I'm going to mute everyone. But since none of you all read Bleeding Cool, I decided I would screenshot these and share them with you. That way you don't have to go over to Bleeding Cool and read this.
Why don't you just read it to us?
That's what I was going to do. Brian Hibbs, who you all know, or maybe you don't know.
We all know Brian Hibbs.
Yeah, Brian Hibbs owns the Comic Experience chain of comic stores in San Francisco. In his time, he has managed to sue Marvel Comics and get them to change their publishing policy. When did that happen? I noticed there's not a link to that article. I'm going to have to check into that because I'd never heard of that. And he has something to say about this week's Hell Risen #3, published today and selling to up to $50 on eBay 1 week after something similar happened with Batman 89. He writes, let me bring up the other screenshot. Sorry, guys. He writes, once again, there is a speculator-driven comic coming out this week that forces us to limit sales or to change our natural way of doing business. This week, it's Hell Risen #3. Here's the thing. Unlike last week's Batman, where there were a good number of potential people who bought early issues off the rack, my point-of-sale system shows me that virtually none of you bought copies of 1 or 2 off the shelf. This comic was a massive flop, and so really the only reason for most of the phone calls and such we're getting it because there's a bunch of greedy people trying to buy it for $4 and flip it for 40 plus. I can't countenance this as a retailer. Seriously, folks, we're not suckers. And so I've had to try to deflect you all. This week, our plan is this. If you're not already submitted to YOTV, which I have no idea what that is, and you aren't, then in order to buy #3, you have to buy #1 and 2 along with it. We're only interested in facilitating the reading of the story. Okay, first off, if somebody wants to buy issue #3 and flip it for 10 times the amount, they're not going to care if you make them buy issues 1 or 2, and they're not going to read them. They'll probably buy them and just chuck them in the trash, you know?
I missed that. The whole thing. My internet went out.
Oh, well, I know.
Hey, no bull right now. No bull. I got to let you know. I got a text. You probably heard it, and this came up on the text at 3:02. So I have to get going.
That is an important thing.
Baby needs diapers.
But before I go, I Avery.
That drum's looking cool, man.
Avery.
Yeah, what's up?
I need your advice.
Okay. Oh no. Don't listen to anything I say.
This guy here,
he's brutally honest.
He's choking the life out of this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
What should these two bottom, the ring and the pinky finger on his choking hand, be doing?
Almost like, oh, sorry, I'm not.
Should it be splayed like that?
It'd be digging in.
It'd be like that, like a claw.
Yeah. They'd be digging in.
Actually, they'd be covered up by the hair flowing on.
Maybe
I like that part too.
They might be, yeah. Or the fabric.
Why draw them when you can just hide them?
Or the fabric of her, whatever she's wearing, could be bunching up around them too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty
All
dope,
right.
bro.
All right. Well, thank you very much. But I guess to go.
All right.
Get
It's
your
looking good.
diapers.
Thank you
The
for
next
having me
4
on,
years
Andrew.
of your life
Hi,
is all
Dillard. It's
diapers.
wonderful to have you here again.
Bye.
Bye.
Why did you raise your
Oh.
voice like he's actually walking out the door?
Because I feel it in my heart that he's leaving me, you know?
Uh-huh.
All right.
God,
so
I don't miss having to go get diapers every week, twice a week for several different kids all at once for 5 years.
And speaking of diapers, we're going to go back to the story about Brian Hibbs chastising people who were being speculators.
Don't chastise the customer. If you don't want to sell it to him, don't sell it to him.
It gets worse. Trust me. He says, let me go one step further. I've owned a comic store since 1989, and I've been working in comics retail since 85. I've heard the same record many, many times before. In point of fact, I've personally watched the comic book industry almost be destroyed multiple times by speculators and greed. Through the black and white boom, through the 90s spec crisis, and it happening again right now. People trying to flip comics for making it so people who only want to read them can't do so. It's not right, and it's certainly nothing to be willing to participate in.
Yes, it is. You own a comic shop. If people are buying this comic for $4 and flipping it for $40, and you have some of them, you sell the ones that your regulars have on their pool, and then you take the rest of them and you throw them on eBay, and you get $40 for them, you dumbass.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes, listen, people, if you're buying a comic with the goal of flipping them for a greater price, you are hurting the comics medium. You are hurting small businesses. You are hurting creators and publishers. And more importantly, I don't want your money to do so. Seriously.
That's the dumbest. I like Brian Hibbs. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Seriously, F the F off. Go shop somewhere else. You don't like comics, you're not good for comics, and your money is worthless to me because that I and every other comic retailer needs are ongoing readers. You spend $4 today is dwarfed by a regular stable customer spending that every single month. On the non-returnable comic that form the backbone of the direct market, your one-time purchase is genuinely hurting comics and comic stores who then have a harder time finding out how to serve their regulars. Your purchases are weakening the market, and so are you. You are not welcome in our doors.
Let me put it this way. If it wasn't for these speculators coming into your store and buying a book so they could try to flip it for $40, you would have nobody in your store because there are no readers to these garbage books.
And Amazon would still be doing it for the same price you are.
Yeah, I don't understand why he thinks making this stance is going to sell more copies of issue.
There aren't any speculators.
Shut the fuck up and sell the goddamn hot dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I mean, if you want to limit how many people can buy, that's perfectly fine. But then he goes on and he starts chastising people. He starts chastising people who want to come to his store and spend money. Yeah. Which I think is crazy. And by the way, I do not have this problem at my store.
I would even do I mean, if people came to me enough, I'd say, "Oh, you got your own store? Let me do a Sam's Club deal if I could afford it, and bring them back multiple times, or just keep the prices the same."
It sounds like he has this book. It sounds like he has plenty of this book. The way he's talking.
Yeah.
If you have this book that people want to buy for $4 and flip for $40, fulfill your orders to your people who have it on pull. Maybe stick one or two on the shelf and eBay the rest for $40 each, you idiot.
Yeah, and besides, the people buying it on eBay and wherever wouldn't have bought it from your store or any other store anyways. They're buying it because they can't get it. There's no comic book.
Yeah.
Here's the dirty little secret that he misses. Here's the dirty little secret that he misses. He is fully aware from checking his own point of sale system. He likes to use point of sale reference because it makes him sound like a retailer with a business. So fine, you've got a point of sale system, and you can clearly tell that nobody who bought this book to flip purchased the other books. What that means is that literally nobody bought the other two issues. Everyone's just buying this issue,
and nobody cared.
Here's a thought. What that means is that there were plenty of people in the market that were aware of that book, both first issue and second issue, and chose not to buy it, and only chose to buy the third issue. If you knew about the third issue, you also knew about the first two issues and just chose not to purchase it. So you're getting sales. People are making a choice to not spend money on this garbage book. So don't complain about the speculators who are actually trying to buy something from you, because the reality is at least for this comic, it sounds like if it wasn't for the speculators buying this third issue, you would still have zero effing sales on the book at all. Period.
Yep.
Like you're attacking the wrong people. I understand there's still a hate for speculators from the whole 90s. To which I'll say, even though the speculator boom was somewhat, I still debunk that. I don't think that had anything to do with it. But let's just say that it did. Let's just say that the speculators ruined the market. Well, even at the bottom of the speculator bust, they were still selling 10x what they're selling now.
Well, you know what? You know what the speculators did is the speculators screwed the comic book stores, because the comic book store said, "Ooh, I've got these guys coming in buying 5, 6, 7 copies of these new books. I'm going to keep ordering them because I know they're going to buy them, and I'm going to sell them." And they ran with it until the speculators realized, wait a minute, this crap isn't selling, and then stopped buying them. And the comic book stores continued to order them and had boxes and boxes. And I remember when the store I worked at right out of high school was going out of business. We went into the back room, and they had boxes, long boxes filled with Spawns and Wildcats and all those ones that he ordered heavy on because everybody was buying 15 copies of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it was almost to the point where, actually, I will admit this because I know the guy will never, ever, ever see this video, but I invited a couple of friends of mine to come back there and let's pilfer the extra issues. And we grabbed a whole crap load of them. You want to know what? They're not worth anything.
Nope. They were always.
They didn't adjust for when the sales changed. They didn't adjust.
I tell you guys all the time that I used to use them as Christmas wrapping. What
was that, Todd?
Whose fault is that for overestimating? They want to blame. It's sort of like you know, you blame the housing market for the crash in 2008. You know, was the housing market responsible for Lehman Brothers closing? Yeah, kinda. But who was really responsible? Why did they close? It's because Lehman and all these other Bear Stearns, they were actually funneling money to people who couldn't pay back loans. So was it you know, the housing market? Yeah, I guess. But it was also the government for the regulations and for the laws, and the companies, the actual financial institutions that got greedy as fuck. So it's the same thing. Yeah, you want to blame the speculators, but you were the one that bought 50 issues of Spawn 35 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, now that we brought it back to comics, let me go ahead and finish reading this part of the article, okay? I am the transition master, guys. You got to know that.
You're not.
You are the trainee master? Hey, everybody, he's the trainee master.
Don't say it that way. Don't say it that way.
When I opened in 1989, there were 24 comic book stores in San Francisco, and now there are barely 8. 2/3 went out of business, largely because of this bullcrap speculator games that hollowed out the actual reader market.
Wait, I thought the industry was doing fine.
Despite the local economy booming beyond all rationality at the time. You suck. You destroyed the thing you claim that you value. The comic experience simply won't stand for it, nor have we consistently for the last 30 years. And more than that, honestly, you're an idiot. I sell comics for a living, and I watch these variant flash in the pants that they never, ever hold their value. There are a small cartel of folks who are using public-facing apps and trading back and forth between puppet accounts to make it look like there's a demand for these comics featuring Punchline. But as a guy who's been selling this stuff for decades, this moment is 100% false and manufactured. We've yet to have a single reader show the slightest amount of non-fiduciary interest in the character, and any comic that ever knows is going to be worth money never ever is a month or two after it drops. You know what? That begs the question, then what do you care?
I would like
sell the comics.
I would like to attempt to play devil's advocate because it seems like there's he notices some changes. There is some points in there, but he's making them wrong. It's not what he thinks it is. Does there's not enough fans being brought back to the pool. Okay, this is my way of seeing what he says. There's not enough fans. There's not enough new generation to. It's what Comicsgate is talking about right now. We need to bring more people back to the well. We need to fill the well back up, and that's become my favorite little saying. Is like we need to be filling up the Comicsgate well if we can. Bring people to it.
This is just somebody who's recognizing the end of his business after 20-something years, and he's lashing out to whoever he can lash out at. And
he's trying to articulate
to lash out. He's lashed out at Marvel and DC in his own ways over the years, but always with a soft hand. Even when he was kind of angry at Marvel and DC and Diamond for screwing up and all this stuff, he's always given them a pass. It's very easy to attack speculators because in his mind they've created this straw man where a speculator is not a fan, somehow knows exactly what book to get, right? Yeah. Somehow, like there were real speculators in the 90s because the death of Superman was on the evening news.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The introduction of Punchline was on a news article, as I actually read it in the store and shared it with somebody.
That's great. You know what? I'm a comic fan. I don't even know what you're talking about. Right? Like, I've never heard of this character. Like, and you know, it's a different level. It's a different level of speculator. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. The people who understand who this character is are going to go into find a freaking comic shop and go buy. I'm pretty sure that most of America. Most people don't not only do they not care, they don't think comic books exist anymore. As in their head, it was like Death of Superman was the death of comics. It's gone. Has there been comics since the 90s? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, to think that there's like this weird speculator group that's
it's almost like he's trying to attribute it to the same thing that's happened with toys. Now, I just went through that. I wanted the Hellbat that I just did a video on, and I tried to go on Amazon, and it led me to having to find it on eBay where everybody had bought up the things that are in the stores and poached it and put it on for $40. Well, they buy up all these toys they know are going to be new and hot, McFarlane's first line. Everybody knows to go ahead and grab those. So I lucked out. I was in Target the other day, and there's a Hellbat. There's the last one, so I was able to get it for price. But for the most time, that's a surprising thing. I don't go to the stores to look for the toy I want. I go ahead on Amazon and pay the up price because everybody gouges these things.
That's actually a really good point in a different way there, Kodiak. It's like, meanwhile, McFarlane is trying to get speculators, anybody to buy Spawn 300. You know what I mean? He's like, you speculate, it's a Guinness record book. Like, what do you think he's doing?
Yeah. Buy 2 copies. Buy 5 copies.
Slab them. They need to be slabbed. Don't they need to be slabbed?
Speaking of which, I still have a copy of Spawn 300 in my store.
I was gonna say that right after he was finished. I was like, hey, by the way, I might be coming by the store this weekend.
Do you want to know something even funnier?
Wait. I
was gonna ask something on top of that.
I've not had a single person ever ask for that issue, or if I even had one.
That's what I was gonna ask. Kodiak, you got the Spawn 3. You're getting the Spawn 300, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I asked for it.
No shit. Why?
Nostalgia mostly.
Do you have Spawn?
It was fun for me.
Do you have Spawn 299?
No.
298?
Nope.
301.
Yep. I bought into the hype. I just got into the.
So you bought 301 as well?
Did I?
No.
No, okay, no, just 300. Now I couldn't get to a store. Is my point. That's the point. That's the thing that is the difference between someone like Todd McFarlane and someone like Brian Hibbs. Brian Hibbs is basically telling everybody who bought Todd McFarlane's 300 to go to hell and never buy a comic book again.
Mm-hmm. D thinks this is a really good thing that we're doing here. So let's get back and finish the article. There's only 2.
Well, wait, before you do, since I'm gonna try to come out there, did you buy any extra Cyberfrog, or did you even back Cyberfrog?
I backed Cyberfrog on 2 different things, and I've yet to get my copies.
You need to pay attention to that. That might be he's thinking he's fulfilled. So
yeah, well, I
it might have been one of the later ones. Do you have any of the old? Oh, he's got a proof copy. Shut up! I'm gonna cry. No, I'm just kidding. Do you have any old Cyberfrogs in the store?
Yes.
Ooh.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Race.
I have that one issue of Reservoir Frog or whatever it was that I showed you guys that one time. Yeah, I have that.
Of course, Avery gets first dibs, but
Avery never comes to my store. Please.
Kodiak, I have no money. I'm still looking for a new job.
When's your birthday?
All right, back to so let's finish the article.
All right.
He makes a point about the character, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, the character that we're discussing is
oh my god!
So the Joker's new girlfriend. It's somebody to one up or replace Harley Quinn.
That punchline. That's someone different.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Punchline will be an interesting character with an involving storyline that leads to dynamic storytelling and tales for the ages. I sincerely hope so. But Speculeeches driving up the price before anyone has even read a single page of content is a massive red flag that Punchline will end up no better than the Joker's daughter,
Did this guy not exist in the 90s?
which was also white hot for about 45 days in 2013, and now no one would give a dime for your eponymous comic.
Like I said, he's just really upset that the medium he loves and the store that he's put so much sweat and tears and blood into is dying because nobody actually. The only reason to buy comics right now is to speculate because there are no stories in mainstream comics worth buying, with maybe the exception of some of the new DC stuff, because that new DC's previews actually look pretty good.
Yeah, and he finished up the article by saying, "Don't be a sucker. Don't help destroy what is left of the periodic comic market, idiot. And don't think you're welcome in our stores. We've been there, we've done that, and we've had it proven again and again and again, and that you are the stone cold enemy of the medium of comics. Right now, you have a lot of people trying to sucker and shake you down and get you to buy their comic because so many of them see a Hollywood play and are willing to use speculators and the worst excesses of the collector's market to try and leverage that play. They too are the enemy. Don't fall for it. Don't support them. If you have an issue with any of this, take it directly up with me. I can always be reached at." And he gives his email address. It says, "Leave my
So
staff out of
basically,
it."
he just gave the perfect example of cutting his nose off to spite his face.
"Leave my staff out of it, please. This is a top-down statement."
Yeah, I think he clowned himself. I think he's just really upset, and he's realizing that the only reason people want to buy books are because they want to collect them, flip them, and sell them like trading cards.
Yeah.
And no one gives a crap about the story, and I understand that, and he's absolutely right. The only difference is that nobody gives a shit. Like, he shouldn't care. Like,
well, he should do what a lot of other people do, and monetize these bitches. You know, if there's an issue coming out that people are going to go nuts for because they're stupid, they're idiots, you order a whole stack full of them, you mark up the price, add an extra $1 or $2 for each one, and sell them out, and then sit back and laugh when these people are trying to push them off for $50 a copy on eBay.
That's absolutely right. He should have.
Can't do it.
Why didn't he triple his order through Diamond?
And what someone with 20 plus years experience has a personal rep at Diamond that they could contact and say, "Hey, bump my order up an extra 50 copies." I'm gonna milk these speculators for everything they got.
Here's another suggestion for Hibbs. Here's another suggestion. If no one's bought issue 1 and no one has bought issue 2, and in Diamond 3 months ahead, the reason that book is in the store is because you fucking ordered it. You read the copy, right? If you know that there's going to be, you're a smart guy. If you read that there's going to be a new girlfriend for the Joker and no one's bought 1 and 2, don't buy the book. Or better yet, how about only get books in your store that people want to read?
And if nobody has
buy the book
list, don't order it, or don't order it or heavy at all. You know.
Don't
that
buy
said, kind of digging.
Put it. If you don't want the speculators to buy it, then you don't sell. It's like, I really think drug users are awful. Drug users are horrible.
Mark my words.
The one that sells the drugs.
Mark my words. This new girlfriend of the Joker is going to be cannon fodder. She's going to have a surprising death with by this issue. She's
a garbage
done.
character. It's a total garbage character. But it doesn't. But that's the point. It doesn't matter. He should have known that. Oh, Joker's got a new girlfriend. You should have been like, nope, and just canceled the fucking book. Don't have it in your store.
Yeah, she looks like a throwaway character.
If your point of sale system, your highly advanced point of sale system shows
the point of Harley Quinn was you took this character who wasn't supposed to have a girlfriend.
If it shows for certain that no one bought 1 and 2,
that's even worse.
That bought 3 did not buy 1 and 2, then don't order the book. That's a garbage character, man. God.
Yep.
This is the I believe it's Art Germ's cover.
It's a nice drawing because Art Germ's really good, but
it's not the Harley Quinn was the kind of character that Joker would want anyway.
Yeah, it's obvious she's a throwaway character. It's obvious.
Yeah,
This
Because
was
when I think of Joker, I really think of Psylocke and Elektra.
this was originally supposed to be the cover
Yeah,
of Batman
exactly.
number. This was originally supposed to be the cover to Batman number 94, but because they want to push this thing, they moved it up to the cover to issue number 92.
God, I
It's
wish all of a
absolutely
sudden I
nothing to
took
do.
over editorial.
Nothing
I would
to
have
do with the
Harley Quinn
story.
gut her, and then or go back to Joker and be like, "You're mine, bitch."
Yeah, well,
And then I would make Harley Quinn evil as fuck, like she should be.
yep. Well, this is the character
I
that they're making.
hell
They're
yes.
making it. They're making an issue out of, and yeah, that's it.
No. Trash.
Yep. Yeah, I would. If Comicsgate has taught us anything, it is that you need to monetize these stupid people.
I blame Brian Hibbs for facilitating the speculators, for empowering them. These people are such a stain on
Every
the
time
comic
you'll say
industry.
speculators,
should
it sounds
hold-
like mashed potatoes. I don't know.
These people are such stains on the comic book industry, and they're just the reason that the comic industry is failing. That we should hold retailers responsible who facilitate and give rise to who empower the speculators by giving them books to buy where they can flip for $40. Fucking moron.
D says, "Isn't there some CGer that has a comic book called Punchline? Did DC break
Yes.
copyright laws?"
Probably not. It's probably one of those things.
Yeah, I don't know if they broke any laws or anything, but yeah, there is a comic Punchline that's published through Antarctic.
Usually, when you get like a, I don't know.
And I the only reason I know that is I have the free comic book day copy of it from last year. So,
Oh, Weldon.
yep.
Got it.
Oh, but I saw that article
Well,
and I
well, then,
figured
right.
I'd save you guys the trouble of going over to Bleeding Cool to read it, so I
Oh.
would share it with you. Was that not a good thing? I mean,
Mhm.
Oh, Bleeding Cool. Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Steamingpile.com.
I stopped going to their site, I don't know, over a decade ago, because it was that long ago when it started just like being buggy and like making your computer freak out when you went.
Yeah, and I don't know why I went there. I don't know if there was something somebody said that made me say, "Oh, let me go check it out and see what's going on."
Well,
But-
back during when like comic book things, communities were on forums, not really Facebook or any place else. That's where they posted their links to. Like, oh yeah, here's a story on Bleeding Cool. Here's our article on our comic on Bleeding Cool.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
CBR, I think too. But
Yeah, I actually have a folder on my computer called Daily. It's different websites, and Bleeding Cool is actually one of the ones that I have listed under my Daily folder.
Right next to the one that says adult.
Nope, it's got my Gmail right underneath it, and then trailers, the movie box trailers, is right under that.
Chinese.
Trailers. Oh my God, you're gonna destroy me.
yeah, that way of saying it, yeah. That
Is that bad now? Is that been like?
dude,
Oh,
that
damn
can
it!
get you hemmed up, dude.
Oh
Unless you're talking about a transmission, it can get you hemmed
no,
up.
trannies, Transformers fans, trannies.
Oh, okay. All right. See, that's what he means.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Totally. Like Optimus
Absolutely.
Prime heads, guys.
That is exactly what you meant. I knew that's what you meant.
Yeah,
Totally
100%.
okay to say that. In
Trekkies and trannies, of course.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, absolutely. That is 100% what you were talking about.
Man, I am so glad you're here to explain that to us, guys.
Well, I mean, to be
I knew it all along.
To be fair, we all know that what STD stands for.
Star Trek Discovery.
That's right. Exactly.
Right next to the file that says furries.
D.
Actually, that's say furries.
Dude, I've seen D in some epic battles recently. I can't remember what they are, but he doesn't play sometimes.
It doesn't say furries. It says favorites. That's what it says.
Because that's where you keep all your furry sites.
All your furry favorites.
Mhm.
It's horrible.
Yes, you are.
Now that this show got properly derailed, it's pretty good.
Isn't that great?
Oh, the beginning was awful, dude. I was listening like, should I join? Should I join? Oh, this is awful. Oh, he's dying. I can't.
What made you pull the trigger and make you join? What was it that was
Oh,
said?
when he brought up the kritis, I was like, "Ooh, bullshit! I'm in."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in on the bullshit. I'm Dark Island."
Honestly, I guess
Yeah.
those are two things that I need to pay more attention to and incorporate them into the show. Is the BS that goes on in Twitter and in the social verse,
Well, not
as well as
the Twitter, just the
news articles that are
this
Yeah,
affects you.
yeah,
this
yeah.
affects your next campaign. This affects
Oh, yeah.
this
It
actually affects
It absolutely
business.
It does.
Yeah. You definitely need to, remind people, hey, this is done. This is done. When you try again, be like, hey, this is done.
Yep.
I'm not gonna share. I don't know what.
Who's laughing?
What are you sharing with us? What is?
dude, send me that.
Oh my God!
Send me that.
Yes, send that. I'll recolor it in Photoshop.
Oh. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for sharing with us.
All right, guys, I haven't seen my wife all day.
Wait, that wasn't somebody cosplaying as Hero?
We haven't seen your wife all day either. Can you have her come and join the stream?
No.
It's brown, it's brown, and it's hairy.
I'm
You can
fair-
kiss it.
Wait, what?
I'm fairly certain we would like her more than you.
I'm fairly certain you probably wouldn't. She's kind of cutthroat.
Okay. All right. Well, good night. Good night, everybody. We're going to wrap up. We'll see you all on Wednesday. And I'll have comics Wednesday. I promise. Oh, good night, everybody. You guys made me so tired.